Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. We know that various elements in astrology are important and give results from various perspectives depending on their strengths, depending on the doshas or yogas they are involved in, and one of such constituents is the karakas of various elements or various areas in astrology. So there are karakas for a father, karaka for a mother, karakas for children, karakas for career, and so on. And in astrological texts, various shlokas tell us that karakas are the balancers apart from being the representative of those areas in life. So what does this mean? It means that while, say for example, for relationships, the 7th house and the 7th lord and their placements, their dignity, their strengths, for yogas or dosha, they are very, very important, but these are not constant for different ascendants. For Aries, the 7th sign or the lord, the sign of the 7th house is Libra sign and its ruler is Venus. However, for a Taurus ascendant native, the ruler of the 7th sign is Scorpio and the ruler is Mars. So there was supposed to be one balancer to these two areas or two representatives, which is the Lord as well as the house or the ruler of the sign, and if there is some disturbance in them, what can be an overall significator which gives more strength to the overall manifestation. So rather just having two variables, three variables give more richness and also give more depth of results and also of how the results will pan out and give situations in the personal life. And so the karakas are very, very important, and each planet was given the designation of being the karaka for specific areas of life, and hence the karakas of relationships is Venus, the karaka for mother is Moon, the karaka for father is Sun, the karaka for children is Jupiter, and so on. So these are very, very important, and that's why when you look at overall results for any horoscope, including yours, you need to not only look at the strength of the sign and the house that the particular area of life represents, as well as the lord of that house, but also the karaka of the specific area. So if you're looking at children, don't only look at the 5th house, what sign it is, where the 5th lord is placed, or the strength of the 5th lord, but also strength of the dignity of Jupiter as well. Because if the 5th house is very strong, 5th lord is very strong, so obviously good results may come by, but they may be taken away to an extent or even large extent depending on the dignity of Jupiter, which is the karaka of children. And hence we need to look into how the karakas are also panning out in the horoscope, where they are placed, what their dignities, what their strengths are, and whether they are in some doshas or yogas. And so we cannot ignore this. Now this we all know, and we have seen this in many videos. I have made another video on karakas. You may see that as well, where I have reiterated the same thing. Today I am going to talk of something separate or something different from just what the unique role of karakas is, and that is also how the placement from the karakas is also very important in astrology. Which means if you are looking at results for a certain area in life, for example, if you are seeing the results of father, then obviously you look at the 9th house, and you also look at the ruler of the 9th house and how strong they are. So the results of father should also be seen from the placement of the sun. It is not enough just to see the results of the 9th house and father only from the 9th house or 9th lord, or from this or the sun alone, or the dignity of the sun alone. Which means that if you want to see the results of the 9th house and about father, then you not only check the placement of the 9th lord and the strength of the 9th house itself, where the planets are placed in the 9th house, whether there are any malefic aspects on it, and where the 9th lord is placed, but we also see the dignity of sun, but also the 9th place from the sun, and this is something we miss out. So wherever the sun is, look at the 9th place from it. Say for example, if sun is in the 11th house in the horoscope, then you should also see these 9th place from the sun to see what good or bad or auspicious results you may get about father. So if sun is in the 11th house, then see the dignity of the 7th house and the 7th lord also, and if there are any yogas and doshas, because that will add to the richness of the data that is being thrown up by the 9th house strength and dignity, by the 9th lord and the sun's placement. So based on how the karakas are placed, the specific distance of the house from there will also give you results accordingly. Say if you are looking at the results for the mother, then you should not only look at the status of the 4th house and 4th lord, or where the moon is and dignity of the moon, but also the 4th place from moon. So if moon is placed, for example, in the 7th house, then the 4th house from the 7th house where moon is placed is the 10th house. Then see the dignity of the 10th house and the aspects on it or the strength of it and the 10th lord, and also see whether there, and also see if there are any yogas or doshas involving the 10th house or the 10th lord. And through this you may also be able to validate whether you are getting good results, auspicious results, bad results or tough results about mother. And not only about mother, moon is also the karaka for your heart, it is also the karaka for your emotions, it is also the karaka for your nurturing ability, your ability to support, your ability to empathize with people. And hence the 4th from moon will also give you the strength of that house, and the lord will also give you whether you have the strength, overall strength in the horoscope for that area. So to see whether you are getting good results, whether your overall emotionally strong enough or not, what the emotional manifestation is, do see the 4th house and 4th lord and the situation and the dignity of the moon, but also 4th from moon, which is the final validation of your results. So first look at the 3 elements. What is the 4th house lord, 4th house itself and moon, and then overall validation from the 4th from the moon. Same thing for any area of your life. If you are looking at relationship, look at the 7th house situation, 7th lord and Venus, and also see the 7th house from Venus. So if Venus is placed, for example, in the 10th house, then the 7th house from Venus is the 4th house. Then see the dignity of the 4th house, see the dignity of the 4th lord, if there are any yogas or doshas which are combining there, and then accordingly you will be able to find out whether relationships are strong, also whether you are getting prosperity, whether you are getting finances, whether you are getting money, whether you will get a comfortable lifestyle, whether you will get a luxurious lifestyle, whether you will be successful in arts, whether you will be successful in marketing or sales for Mercury, and so on. Then the other manifestation, for example, these are relationships and results from life. How about gains and prosperity and materialistic gains? Say for example, the 11th house is the strong house of gains. So from the ascendant you see the situation of the 11th house, you see the 11th lord and the yogas and doshas connecting the 11th house and the 11th lord. But also see from the sun, which is the 11th house, and the dignity of the 7th, the 11th house from the sun, the dignity of the 11th lord from the sun, and whether it's involved in doshas or any yoga. So say for example, if sun is in the 2nd house, then see the strength of the 12th house, which is 11th from the sun, and also see the dignity of the 12th lord, and from that analyze whether you will get good results overall in terms of gains, especially from societal connections, working in large organizations and so forth. So if sun is placed in the 2nd house and the strength of the 11th house from it, which is the 12th house, is very, very strong, the 12th lord is placed very, very strong, then you will get overall gains, good gains, but from foreign lands, from working for companies abroad and working for foreign companies, working for MNCs. And so you need to combine the results of the 11th house, 11th lord, dignity of the 11th house, and any yogas and doshas are connected to it, and from the sun, whichever the 11th house is, and in the combined state see how overall results you are getting, and from that you will be able to manifest whether you are getting overall good results, bad results, or lukewarm results for a certain area in your life. If you are looking at the physical strength, don't look at only the placement of or the dignity of the ascendant and the ascendant lord. Also check the moon sign, how strong moon is placed, how strong the house in which moon is placed is, whether there are any bad aspects, malefic aspects on it, and then the strength of the lord of the sign where the moon is placed, and these combined together will give you overall manifestation of the strength, whether there are going to be any challenges, during what dasha they are going to be challenges based on the dasha or antardasha of the Lord of the house sign where moon is placed in. If you are going to check death or enemies or competition, you not only see the 6th house but also see the 6th from Mercury, which rules the 6th house, and also the Karaka for competition and Karaka for also the being the natural ruler of the 6th house. So check inimical relations or enemies or competition from the 6th from Mercury, which will tell you whether you are going to overcome them, whether they are going to have the upper hand on you, or whether you are going to face troubles in your life, whether you are going to face issues and challenges and maybe even sicknesses. Then the results of the 2nd house, for example, 2nd house stands for principles, for food, for your language, for your culture. Then similarly see the 2nd house from the moon, wherever the moon is placed, the dignity and status of the 2nd from the moon, whether the house is strong enough, dignity and strength of the 2nd house lord from the moon, and see how whether there are any yogas or doshas that the planet is involved in, or there are any yogas placed in that particular house. Say for example, if Jupiter is very strongly placed in the horoscope, then for a woman, if Jupiter is involved in any yogas, then it also pertains to husband. It also pertains to learning. It also pertains to prosperity. But the placement of 7th from Jupiter, Jupiter is the Karaka of husband for women, so the 7th house from Jupiter and the situation and condition of Jupiter will also determine for women whether they are going to get good results, overall results in their marriage and from their husband, and overall how their relationship status is going to be. And hence, if you don't look at that, sometimes we are not doing a overall analysis, and we are doing only a limited analysis. Maybe till 75% your analysis is complete even when you don't see 7th from Jupiter for a woman, but that 25% sometimes becomes the outlier for what results you may be able to get overall in relationship. So see results both from the ascendant, also from the house and the house lord, but also see from the Karaka whatever that area of life is and how you are going to get results overall from it. If you are going to see matters related to children, then not only see the 5th house from the ascendant but also 5th from Jupiter. Jupiter is also the Karaka of children. So wherever Jupiter is placed, if Jupiter for example is placed in the 10th house, then you should also see the situation of the 2nd house, because 5th from the 10th house is the 2nd house. Then see the status of the 2nd house, strength of the 2nd lord, whether there are any doshas or yogas involving the 2nd lord or in the 2nd house, whether there are any malefic aspects on the 2nd house, and so on. And from the overall manifest whether the results for children are going to be good, whether you will have healthy children, whether you will have successful children, whether children will support you, whether children will be loving and caring for you, and whether you will get overall good results from children and from progeny. And then just like we see the results for the 8th house from the ascendant for upheavals, issues, challenges, also see the same from the 8th from the Saturn. So if Saturn is placed, say for example in the Lagna, then obviously the 8th house becomes overall supreme for you and it becomes very strong manifestation. But if say for example Saturn goes in the 4th house, then the 11th house becomes the 8th house from Saturn's placement. So then you should look both at the 8th house and the 11th house and together manifest whether there are going to be upheavals, whether there are going to be challenges, whether there are going to be issues, and where the challenges and upheavals will come from. So 8th house will show you whether the challenges and upheavals will be big, less, very less, whatever. 8th from Saturn will tell you where the issues will come from. So if Saturn is in the 4th house, then the upheavals will come from general society, from your societal connections, from your network connections, maybe from your elder sibling, because Saturn also denotes older people, elder to you. So see mixed results of both the lord of the house, dignity of the house sign, dignity of the house lord, but also the Karaka and the place from the Karaka for the respective relation, for the respective manifestation, and dignity, and overall look into how the Karakas are giving you final results in terms of from their placement, the placement of the respective area as well. So friends, look into your own horoscopes and look into the placement from the sun to manifest the 9th house results, or results for father. Look from the 4th from the moon for results for mother, results related to the 4th house, material benefits from Venus. 7th from Venus for men, look at relationships. For women, look at 7th from Jupiter. For children, men and women both should look at 5th from Jupiter, apart from the 5th house also, and so on. And then from that, do an overall manifestation, and you will find that this will bring you closer to the overall result than just seeing the 5th house or 5th lord or Jupiter alone where it concerns children. So friends, like this video, share this video, and please subscribe to my channel so that you get to know when my new video is coming. If you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me, the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.